If you're living with diabetes, chances are you have to constantly deal with inflammation. Adding spices to your diet can become a great way to counterbalance that. After all, many spices are loved for their powerful abilities to reduce blood glucose, limit oxidative stress, regulate inflammation, and increase insulin sensitivity. But just like any food available, there are pros and cons to spices. Some can be quite strong and detrimental to certain body processes already damaged by diabetes that are now too sensitive. So, what do you need to know about spices and which ones you should avoid in order to stop more damage to your blood glucose and diabetes? Don't go anywhere and keep watching. In this video, we'll share the 5 worst spices for blood glucose control. But before we get started, can you do us a favor and like this video, ring the bell for future notifications, and make sure to subscribe to the Diabetics Talk channel for more help managing diabetes. Plus, stick around to find out how you can get 2 free gifts. And now, let's explore the 5 worst spices for blood glucose control, starting with number 5, cinnamon. Cinnamon is a sweet spice we love to add to hot drinks and pastries. Consuming a small amount of this spice has been linked to benefits for inflammation and blood sugar control. However, cinnamon is a spice that also comes with a few side effects. Consuming too much cinnamon can increase the risks of cell toxicity. It can also push your blood glucose to drop too low. Cinnamon mimics the effect of insulin on the blood, and if diabetics consume too much of it, they are at risk of going into hypoglycemia. A study observed a significant difference between blood glucose levels when participants consumed either 1 gram, 3 grams, or 6 grams of cinnamon per day for 40 days. Those consuming 6 grams were more likely to experience hypoglycemia. Having hypoglycemia with type 2 diabetes can significantly increase the risk of complications. In short, limit your consumption of cinnamon to a very small dosage if you're a diabetic. Number 4, chili flakes. Chili flakes are a strong spice derived from pepper. They can include paprika, cayenne, or jalapeno pieces, which can be extremely hot and detrimental to a sensitive digestive system. Eating chili flakes can cause intestinal pain, cramps, burning sensation in the gut, and increase inflammation. Inflammation can significantly influence insulin resistance and unbalanced blood glucose levels. Recent studies have pointed out that high and unmanaged inflammation can impair glucose tolerance and regulation, and increase the risks of chronic disease and diabetes mellitus. Overall, if your digestive system is already inflamed, it's best to stay away from chili flakes. Number 3, ginger. Ginger can be a great spice if you're looking to boost your immune system. However, it does come with downsides and risks if you're a diabetic. Just like chili, ginger can cause heartburn, diarrhea, and an upset stomach when consumed in big quantities. Additionally, ginger is often not recommended if you are prone to hypoglycemia. A large study found that consuming ginger can significantly increase levels of fasting blood sugar, hemoglobin A1C, apolipoprotein B, apolipoprotein B, AL, and malondialdehyde, which can increase the risks of a significant drop in glycemia for people with type 2 diabetes. Experts recommend not consuming more than 4 grams of ginger to avoid hypoglycemia. And just like ginger, there's another spice with similar properties that you might want to be mindful of in your diet. But before you find out what it is, are you ready for a free gift? Discover an entire world of diabetes-fighting foods with our new book, 10 Incredible Foods That Reduce Blood Sugar. Plus, you'll discover the real reason why type 2 diabetes, obesity, and heart disease are increasing at an alarming rate, and find out what really works when it comes to preventing these illnesses by watching our free 1-hour documentary, The Scary Truth About Sugar. Both gifts are free and waiting for you to grab them in the description box below. And now let's explore more spice you might want to avoid for blood glucose control with number 2, turmeric. Turmeric is another spice that has been praised for diabetics. It has plenty of anti-inflammatory properties that can be beneficial for blood glucose control. However, turmeric also comes with plenty of downsides you should be aware of before consuming this spice. Much like many other spices, turmeric has shown to influence side effects such as stomach pain, cell toxicity, kidney stones, and hypoglycemia. In a trial, experts recorded signs of toxicity after healthy participants were administered with escalating doses of turmeric between 500 to 1200 milligrams. Toxicity in the blood can lead to glucotoxicity, a condition that damages beta cells and increases insulin resistance and the risks of diabetes complications. Overall, it is recommended to limit your daily consumption of turmeric to 200 milligrams maximum to avoid toxicity. And number 1, black pepper. As one of the most popular spices often added to meals, black pepper may seem like a harmless spice for diabetics, and while small amounts usually are, consuming too much black pepper is quite common and not necessarily good for people with diabetes. Grinding black pepper a little too often on your plate can lead to side effects, including burning in the gut, stomach pain, diarrhea, and blood thinning. That's right, hypoglycemia is something you have to watch out for when consuming black pepper. An experimental study observed that rats consuming high amounts of black pepper are more likely to experience hypoglycemia. So while more research on humans is needed, it is best to limit your consumption of black pepper to 20 milligrams per day. Overall, you don't have to completely avoid spices as a diabetic, but it is best to consume them in smaller quantities so as not to influence inflammation and increase your risks of hypoglycemia. And there you have it, 5 spices to be mindful for blood glucose control. Now, we want to hear from you. Which one has surprised you, and what spice are you going to be more mindful of? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. And before you leave, make sure to claim your free gift by clicking the link in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell button for more diabetics talk. Thanks for watching. We hope you're having a diabetes fighting day.